Hello, everyone. My name is Janae McClyde, and I am a member of the class of 2019. Tonight, I am very happy to introduce to you our two Masters of Ceremony, Kevin Thomas and Eunice Mackenzie. Kevin is working toward a PhD in urban studies at Portland State University. One of his focus areas is community development, where he works to design sustainable neighborhoods. He also received a Bachelor of Arts in Women, Gender, and Sexuality Studies and Indigenous Nation Studies from PSU, and is very active with cultural events as well as diversity, equity, and inclusion issues on campus. Originally from Philadelphia, Kevin has lived in Portland since 2000. He actively serves his community as a member of the Jade District Steering Committee. He is also the father of two teenagers. During his free time, Kevin likes to attend anything to do with Star Trek, the original, and go to estate sales in search of old books and game boards that he repurposes into journals and sketchbooks. Eunice Mackenzie is a writer, educator, podcast host, and current Portland State University diversity, recruitment, and retention specialist within the School of Business. She is a thought leader on race and inclusion in the faith-based arena. Before her role at PSU, Eunice spent several years in student affairs building and establishing a mentoring program that increased the retention rates of underrepresented first-generation college students attending Concordia University, Portland, where she received her undergraduate degree in secondary education and master's degree in community psychology. Eunice has over 7 years of combined experience in diversity-related work. Eunice devotes much of her life to helping churches, church leaders, students, higher education institutions, and communities at large better serve and support diverse communities in hopes of building healthy, equitable, and more thriving communities all over the country. Kevin Thomas and Eunice Mackenzie are phenomenal leaders both on and off campus, and it is my pleasure to welcome them tonight as our MCs. Please join me in welcoming Kevin Thomas and Eunice Mackenzie.
Thank you, Janae, for that great introduction. So I'm going to explain something. We had a sound test this afternoon with a different mic. So this is going to be a little bit different. We had a sound test with a different mic, so we're going to get used to this, okay? It's a great honor to be asked to participate in tonight's event. It's a beautiful ceremony. And thank you, everyone who considered me for this position. Luckily, they also gave me a script, so I don't have to memorize all of this, because it is such an important celebration. I don't want to miss anything. Graduation is a time to celebrate the enormous accomplishments our dedicated, talented students. And just to say this again, you graduated, all right? That's why we're here, okay? Tonight we honor our graduates as they integrate all they have gained from PSU into the next chapters of their lives. Thank you, family, friends, faculty, and staff, for joining us in this very special occasion. I am wearing the stole that I was awarded when I graduated many years ago. In your honor, I'm wearing this. Before we begin tonight, we would like to acknowledge the people whose land we are standing on. If you'd like to follow along, the land acknowledgement is on your program as well. We honor the indigenous peoples whose traditional and ancestral homelands we stand on: the Multnomah, Cathlamet, Clackamas, Tumwater, Watlala bands of the Chinook, the Tualatin, Kalapuya, and many other indigenous nations of the Columbia River. It is important to acknowledge the ancestors of this place and recognize that we are here because of the sacrifices forced upon them. In remembering these communities, we honor their legacies, their lives, and their descendants. Okay. This year, we are celebrating the 20th Multicultural Graduation. 20 years. And I know there's going to be a lot of thank yous later, but just thank you for everybody who participated in putting this together. This is an event that many of our students look forward to throughout their time at PSU. And we are so proud, so excited to be here this evening to celebrate our graduates. Before we proceed, we would like to acknowledge a couple of milestones this year. At the Cultural Resource Centers, a group of students, staff collectively worked to increase resources for the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asia, that's Mckenna community at PSU, with the ultimate goal of creating a 6th cultural center. With the efforts of outstanding student leaders, the Mckenna initiative was successful in advocating for funds for a full-time Manassas staff member and programming resources. That means there's going to be a new cultural center opening up here. This year is also the first year PSU students can graduate with a bachelor's degree in Indigenous Nations and Native American Studies at PSU. And any other place in Oregon, for that matter. We would like to acknowledge Professor Cornell Piwiwardi and the faculty and staff of the Native Studies Department for their years of tireless work to make that happen.
All right, thank you, Kevin. How are y'all doing? Are you excited? Awesome. We got a lot of stuff to read to you, so don't get too excited yet. All right, so tonight I'm happy to introduce to you our Assistant Vice President of Student Success, Access and Success, Dr. Cece Ritter. She's in the front row right here. We can give her a round of applause. And she's going to be giving our welcoming remarks today. Dr. Ritter oversees a plethora of student services and diversity and multicultural student services. I'm going to go ahead and read you everything that she does. So Multicultural Retention Services, TRIO, Upward Bound, Educational Talent Search and Student Support Services, the Cultural Resource Centers, the Disability Resource Center, Student Legal Services, and the Veterans Resource Center. She has a BS from Nebraska, Wesleyan University in PR, a MS in College Student Personnel from Kansas State University, and a PhD from the University of Texas at Austin. She is a mother of twins and considers Texas, Portland, and Nebraska home. Her dissertation was on the study of multiracial college students, racial identity, and student organization choice. So the Multicultural Graduation Planning Committee would also, she doesn't know if this is gonna happen, like to recognize Dr. Ritter's strong support and participation in multicultural graduation over the past 7 years. This is Dr. Ritter's last day working at PSU. Yeah, I know. And she will be missed by students, staff, and faculty for the amazing work that she's done over the years. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Cece Ritter, and feel free to stand and everything.
Okay, mic way down. Y'all doing all right? Yes. Okay, I'll make it short, like me, sweet, like me. So good evening and welcome to the 20th annual Multicultural Graduation Ceremony. Tonight, as we celebrate 20 years of acknowledging, pause. 20 years of acknowledging and honoring the enormous achievements of our graduates, we also celebrate the multitude of dreams that brought you all here today. Our graduation theme this year, which you will hear echoed throughout the ceremony, is Dare to Dream. Despite all of our adversities, we have dared to dream. These dreams were birthed from the strength and resilience of our ancestors, our communities, our families. These dreams have been birthed from the strength of us. That's us, y'all, us. Every dream within us finds their roots in the mind, the heart, the soul, and the spirit. To dream takes courage. To dream is brave. With love and with hope, we actualize our dreams. Oh, who wrote this? This is really good. My goodness. Okay, let's recenter. Recenter ourselves. Okay. I know it makes me cry. Okay. With love and with hope, we actualize our dreams to create a future where we can all dare to dream. Again, congratulations from me and for all of Diversity and Multicultural Student Services.
Thank you, Dr. Ritter. You will be missed. Okay, we mean it. Okay. Dreams truly are the fuel that ignites the fire within us all. For many of us, the fire is found in the work we do in the community. And anyone can see this in the work of Jill Townley. Jill is the Associate Director of International Student Life at Portland State University. She graduated from PSU with a master's degree in conflict resolution, focusing on intercultural and international conflict, and has worked directly with students in international student and scholar services for the past 20 years. She thoroughly enjoys her job of working with the student life team to support international students through the often challenging process of adjusting to a new culture and educational system, as well as lead workshops on spiritual and personal leadership and intercultural communication. The International Student Life Team deeply appreciates the collaborative work of the Cultural Resource Centers to welcome and advocate for space where students and staff from diverse backgrounds can connect, share stories, and build community. Please join me in welcoming Jill Townley.
Thank you, Kevin. Each year, the Multicultural Graduation Committee selects student speakers to share their experiences at Portland State University. This year, Anis Zaman was selected to represent our international students. Anis is an international student from Bangladesh majoring in conflict resolution. He came to Portland in fall of 2017 because he wanted to have a master's degree in peace and conflict studies. Since his second year, Anis was involved in our International Student Mentor Program as a mentor, the Student Leaders for Service, as well as the International Cultural Service Program. In his first year of study, Anis has founded a new student organization, the Bangladesh Student Association. He worked in and also sharing Bangladeshi culture with PSU community. He's a member of the Multicultural Student Center Advisory Committee and has worked with university studies as a teaching assistant and facilities and property management as a student worker. Throughout his studies at Portland State, Anis is also committed to community service. He has worked with the Maybell Center for serving isolated groups in the population. Anis also actively participates in many peace programs. He's the intern of the Rotary Action Group for Peace, the Fields of Peace organization in Portland. And Anis is a great admirer of Portland State for its commitment to diversity and community service and the opportunity it provides for students' academic success. Anis is also graduating into a new field of fatherhood for this week. In fact, just a few days ago, he has a new baby. So we are all so blessed and pleased to have Anis speak with us today and share some of his insights to being a graduate here at Portland State. Welcome, Anisaman.
Good evening to all. Thank you, Jill, for sharing the story of my new assignment, new fatherhood. And it's very new. Still, I have the tag of the hospital. I'd like to extend my thank you to Multicultural Resource Center for providing me the opportunity to talk before such an amazing crowd. And wow, it's such a big crowd. I never talked before this size. Okay. So I might be a bit nervous and take the help of the notes. Please pardon me. I'm proud to be the part of the PSU student community because since I came here, I learned a lot. I came to PSU in fall 2017 with a mind to achieve a master's degree in conflict resolution. But standing here today, I'm not the same person. Like the way I became father, I also grow further from what I had been when I came here in PSU. I think I have grown much bigger. My mind is now desperate, full of courage, courage to dream bigger, desperate to think globally. Because I came from a small country like Bangladesh, but I think PSU made me capable of entering in world community. Without a doubt, PSU molded me stronger. Now, rather than earning a mere degree, I can dream to walk in the global platform of professionalism and knowledge. The experience of an international student is not a very comfortable one always. I think many of the international students will agree with me. Because it's not only about acquiring the knowledge about the academic field, but also is the acquisition of manifold experiences. The academic journey is more challenging and complex for the international students as they need to adjust with many challenges, like the new culture, new academic setting, new classroom, and the new community to live in. It's never been easy for any international student, and it was not easy for me also. Even when I wanted to involve myself with the community service in order to learn more from the Portland community, I was not very sure how to do that. My faculty members, International Student Office, International Cultural Service Program, and Community Engagement Center, they really helped me to get involved with the PSU community. I really took the opportunity of volunteering with the Portland communities in many aspects, and that really helped me to learn the real-life learning. I took the opportunity to practice what I learned from my academic classes and to practice on ground, and then I realized that how complex it is to implement the knowledge from the book to the ground. Let me tell you how PSU helped me to grow in all regards. When I came here as an international student, everything was new to me. The class culture, campus life, academic setup, community, even my most favorite things, the food, it was also new to me. The recognition of being a part of the PSU community was the very much required thing I felt that I should be recognized, because I was not very sure whether my capability, my potentiality are worth for PSU community or not. PSU community was very spontaneous in recognizing me in all regards. Thank you, PSU, for that. That was the starting point from where I started getting involved with many campus resources. and initiatives. I'm very much thankful to International Student Life Team, especially Rachel Dietz. She's not here today, I know. She really inspires me and helps me to believe in my own potentialities. Despite so many challenges of adapting myself with unfamiliar environment, I never gave up my own dream. I wanted to establish my own identity. Despite many of my shortcomings, I started dreaming to achieve few things, which in turn helped me to gain many skills that are essential to succeed. Now at this point, I have worked as an international student mentor, a student leader for service, a member of International Cultural Service Program, University Studies, a teaching assistant, and my involvement with a Multicultural Resource Center. All of them really helped me to gain my experiences, which I need to get involved with the global community. As a student from Bangladesh, I was always dreaming to leave my cultural footprint in PSU. So I started dreaming to establish a student organization because there was no student organization from Bangladesh. But people really helped me, like Jill Townley, Stacy, they really helped me to dream further, and I started my new student organization with other Bangladeshi students, Bangladeshi Student Association. And now it is the reality, it is in second year. PSU provided me a unique learning environment where I could successfully interact with the students from diverse socioeconomic and cultural backgrounds. I have learned a lot from PSU students community, campus resources like International Students Office, Student Activities and Leadership Program, SELP, Student Community Engagement Center, Multicultural Resource Center. All of them created a favorable environment here at PSU to accommodate multiculturalism and diversity. That I think is most useful for students to expand their worldview. I'm thankful to Portland community. Without their support, my learning was never been complete. International Cultural Service Program and Student Community Engagement Center provided me the opportunity to engage with the Portland community, and I was able to share my culture with Portland community, starting from the kindergarteners to the adults. I have learned a lot from Portland community about the human rights, social justice, equity, gender equality, and commitment for work. I am taking with me these valuable experiences for my communities back in Bangladesh. I am also thankful to my Department of Conflict Resolution, who really shaped me as a capable conflict resolver. Now I can dream to step in global community of peace practitioner. My department has helped me in every step to academic success. My sincere thanks to all of them, especially program coordinator Aislinn Matthias and my advisor Dr. Harry Anastasio, who encouraged me to learn maximum from my master's program and supported me in all the way to my academic success. At this evening, I would like to mention one thing. When I came here in PSU, I was quite hesitant to get involved with so many campus activities. I was anxious whether I'll be able to do justice to my academic learning or not. But what I found is really amazing. Getting involved with campus events and with the community of volunteering, you really learn valuable knowledge. You really learn the skills which you really need to interact with the people. Unless you interact with the people, unless you work for the people, your only class room knowledge will not be helpful when you go to the ground to work with the people. So that is my learning, and I like to share this thing. I will encourage the future PSU students or the new PSU students to get involved with the PSU campus events and the activities as much as you can. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time to listen to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Eunice. I absolutely love what you said. I think one of the best parts, and we can all agree here, that is working with the students every single day, and just, I don't know, the rigor and the ability to just create new possibilities and programs here is phenomenal. So thank you for sharing your story. Next, I would love to introduce Pedro S. Torres. He's been at Portland and PSU for 5 years. Originally from Texas, he attended college in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where he received a bachelor's degree in science and a master's degree in linguistics. He currently is the coordinator of La Casa Latina Student Center and gets to work with the absolute best students on campus. If you could please go ahead and welcome Pedro to the stage.
Thank you, Eunice. Appreciate it. So our second student speaker of the evening, representing our domestic graduates, is Nancy Yang. Nancy Yang is a Hmong American first-generation student in the University Honors College majoring in mathematics. Much of her student leadership involves the Asian American, and Pacific Islander communities. Since her sophomore year, she worked on programming for PIA, the Pacific Islander Asian American Student Center. She's also been part of the Empower program, a retention program for first-generation, low-income Asian and Pacific Islander identifying students, for 4 years. In the future, Nancy hopes to use her experiences in math and statistical know-how to create a better future. Please join me in welcoming this year's domestic student speaker, Nancy Yang.
Let's try and make this lower. Okay, so thank you for the love. You don't know how many years I've been dreaming of being up here, graduating, but also speaking to you all. So our theme is Dare to Dream, but what is a dream? A dream is something that you have to want. You don't say, oh, I dream of bad things happening to me. Generally, you dream of things that are good for you. Like my dream is to have a good night's rest, finally. Yeah. Dreams are also things that require work. Sometimes, actually a lot of times, it's a journey. But after that journey, it will feel worth it to some end. Dreams are sprung from our experiences, being affected by each interaction that we have. In a way, we can also say that dreams are intergenerational because our experiences are affected by those who precede us, just as our experiences will affect those after us. My parents' dream for me was to go to college, get a degree, and have a better life. To many, this dream sounds familiar. Yes. What also may sound familiar is a history containing war, the US, and immigration. The history of the Hmong people, my people, we were used as pawns by the US government in a secret war in Vietnam. Through this interaction, the Hmong people were scattered, either to other countries or massacred by our enemies after the Americans left. The dreams of these people were for their families to survive and keep our culture and history alive. My parents survived, and they added on to that dream. The dream of survival became a dream of education and wealth. Now I'm adding on to that dream. It's a dream for a better future for all people. I've been fortunate to be a part of the multicultural community here at PSU. Here it can be hard to find your people, but because of the Cultural Resource Centers, I've been able to find my people. I also got to learn a bit about other people's experiences. As mentioned in my introduction, a lot of my work at PSU is centered around serving the Asian and Pacific Islander community. Did you know that Pacific Islanders are a minority within a minority? APIs are known to be the model minority because they're seen as being studious and not causing trouble. But this usually only applies to East Asians. What about Southeast and South Asians? And similarly, what about the Pacific Islanders? According to the label API, they should cover at least half of representation, but they don't, and we don't know much about their experiences. What I can say is that their communities are disappearing. I'm fortunate to have the education around climate change, which I also learned should be called a climate crisis because it is a crisis. I'm also fortunate to have been able to hear how the climate crisis is affecting the islands. Islands are sinking. Their dream right now is survival, and this is not a dream that anyone should have. So we should do what we can to help their community and their survival. I would say that I was moderately involved at PSU. Through all of my experiences, an important lesson that I have learned was that improvement requires critique and work. You have to know what you did wrong or could have done better to be able to put in the work to improve on what you did. Sounds simple, right? Well, my experiences with critique has developed during my PSU experience. I used to absolutely loathe getting critiqued because I thought if someone is saying something about me that's not perfect already, then that means I'm not perfect and I'm not good enough. But I learned that over time, I changed how I viewed this feedback. Instead of thinking, oh, these things are bad about me, or I'm not good enough, I started thinking they're trying to help me become better. Because I should want to be better, right? And I can't be right all the time, so I use these experiences as opportunities to learn. I also learned that it's important how you give someone critique. It should be a little sandwich. You start with a positive, you slide in the critique, and then you fluff it up with another compliment. So an example of that would be, Nancy, your speech is so inspiring, but your speech is kind of dragging along, so pick it up a little bit, but you're doing a really good job. Okay, so every year since its existence, the PIA Center hosts a half-day conference for API Heritage Month. This year, our theme was building a better future. And we learned how we, as the API community, have been improving through the years and how we can continue to improve. Our keynote speaker, Virginia Luca, talked about the gift of our stories. Our stories have the power to tell us more about ourselves as individuals and members of a community. Our stories can help us by sharing our needs, our wants, and our desires. I hope that my story, my journey, can help you to think maybe what your needs are, what your community's needs are, what are their dreams, and what story do you want to tell. I asked my fellow mentors in the POWER program to share the title of their college experience story, what it would be, so here's a little tidbit of their story. One title is The Underlying Mental Overhaul of an Engineering Student. How to Cheat the System. Procrastination, do it later. There's more to college than study. I'm tired. And lastly, all in. As you reach the end of your college story, maybe for now, before some of you move on to grad school, go you, take a moment to marvel at your work. You've worked hard to get here. It was a long journey, and it was hard. I'm sure you spent lots of late nights at the library. Maybe you had a little mental breakdown here and there about that one really hard class, because I'm sure you've had many classes that were like that just to get here today. So I ask, was the journey all worth it? For me, it was, and I hope it was for all of you too, because then it means you've achieved your dream, or at least one dream. Maybe the degree won't be as worth it as you thought it would have been, but remember the experiences that you had. What did you do to be better, not just academically? And how did this experience better your life? And how can it better the lives of the people around you? Thank you.
Hi, 'Cause 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 '
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Nancy, for your heartfelt words. And I need to share a few words about Nancy with you. For those of you who don't know, I was the interim coordinator at PIA this year, and Nancy is on the student staff. So I got to watch her all year put together brilliant programming that was very successful with the other members of the program team. I see Vanessa is there, yeah. And so I want to say thank you for that. It was a great pleasure working with you and watching you grow and getting ready to graduate this year. Okay, all right. Next, I am happy to introduce to you tonight's keynote speaker, Cynthia Carmina Gomez. Cynthia Carmina Gomez was born in a small migrant community and raised on the U.S.-Mexico border. Today, she is the executive director of the Cultural Resource Centers, affiliate faculty, and a graduate student in the Masters of Fine Arts Nonfiction Creative Writing program at PSU. Cynthia worked over 10 years in Portland's Latino nonprofit sector and is the recipient of the Oregon Governor's Gold Civic Leadership Award. Please welcome Cynthia to the stage.
Buenas tardes. This is exciting. Good evening to you all, graduates, families, esteemed guests. Welcome to our 20th annual Multicultural Graduation. Hoy agradezco a la gente indígena de estas tierras. En reconociendo estas comunidades, honramos su memoria, sus vidas y sus descendientes. También recordamos que somos huéspedes en esta tierra y debemos hacer nuestro mejor esfuerzo para no olvidar nunca sus habitantes originales. Por último, me gustaría reconocer que los territorios de Oregón compartían una frontera con México antes de que se firmó el Tratado de Guadalupe Hidalgo en el 1848. Desde antes de que se establecieron nuestros países, nuestra gente ha estado presente en esta tierra, conservando nuestras lenguas, culturas y tradiciones. No cruzamos la frontera nos cruzó. Yeah. Thank you. Today we celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2019. Congratulations to you and all who supported you in your academic endeavors. What you have accomplished in the face of our current political and environmental climate is no less than astounding. We are so proud of you. I wish to thank the students and staff who invited me to speak today. I spent over 10 years working as a community organizer, and today I'm a faculty member and I work on campus, overseeing our beautiful and vibrant cultural student centers. I'm also studying creative writing here at PSU, and through storytelling, I seek to elevate the extraordinary experiences of ordinary people. My hope is that by writing down our community stories, we can learn about the social conditions of society. The fact that I was invited to speak to you and your families today is validating to my work, and I thank you for that. Graduates, I see you. You are your ancestors' wildest dreams. With this major accomplishment comes an awesome responsibility. I think you may have heard this before, but never has your leadership mattered more to our collective future. Our very way of life, our ability to live and prosper is hanging in the balance. The knowledge you have gained while earning your degrees advances not just your personal lives, but more importantly, has the power to impact all of humanity. The litmus test of any society is how it treats its most vulnerable. We have a tough job before us, and none of this essential work can be done in isolation. We must defend the rights of youth, elders, and nature, for they are too often last on the political agenda. Our ever-growing population of elders have skills and ways of knowing that are being replaced at an alarming rate by systems that privilege profit over people, and we are nothing without a healthy environment. Graduates, be like grandma. My mother taught me the simple joy of seeing everyday objects as sacred. Even the plastic cup was worth saving. Not just because we were thrifty, because we grew up real poor, but because the cup was seen as useful and even significant in our lives. Has this ever happened to you? Happens to me all the time. Who here got excited by the cookie tin, but instead found thread and needles? Yeah, uh-huh. Scholars, those of us who do more with less are the wisest among us. Our families understand the value of doing no harm, not wasting, of seeing the material world and the natural world as sacred. Human beings, like all biological organisms, depend on clean air, water, and soil. We are all nature, all people, and all species. The way we see the world shapes the way we treat it. If a mountain is a deity, not a pile of ore, if a river is one of the veins of the land, not potential irrigation water, if a forest is a sacred grove, not timber, if other species are biological kin, not resources, or if the planet is our mother, not an opportunity, then we will treat each other with greater respect. This is the challenge, to look at the world from a different perspective. This is a quote by David Suzuki. You should look him up. He's pretty great. How is this accomplished? Our society is set up for us to spend more time staring at screens than conversing with others, much less preserving wild places. Our political and economic systems are controlled by private interests. There's an overwhelming push towards ownership rather than cooperation, for profit rather than meeting the common needs and interests of ordinary people. We struggle to find the collective will to dismantle our dependence on the things that make our community sick. When we forget that we are embedded in the natural world, we also forget that what we do to our surroundings, we do to ourselves. Graduates, let me share a story of how people turn into other things by sharing a little of my story. Stories are hard to trace because, like many of the stories in this room, they are complicated and ancient. Mine starts in Mexico on a ranch in some remote foothills of Sinaloa, Mexico. My mother, the oldest of 8 children, was in charge of caring for her younger siblings and cousins. She clothed them, fed them, and kept them out of trouble. She carried water, ground corn to make masa, and helped keep the ranch running. It is here I learned my first lesson about the importance of wild places in my life. As children, my brother and our cousins would visit my mother's ranch with our families. The riverbed, old-growth trees, architecture made of natural materials were wondrous, and we reveled in it. The ranch was overflowing with traditional knowledge steeped in place. Our time at the ranch was magical, and many of my most precious memories are from those visits. We ate homegrown food, drank fresh, clean water, we rested in hammocks. I knew my place in the world. We listened to musicians play and sing. Elders shared stories deep into the night. We saw wild creatures, insects, birds, and we visited the cows, chickens, and pigs. The place vibrated with life and meaning. Now, I don't want to idealize my time there too much. As wonderful as those experiences were, I now recognize the issues faced by many who lived on the ranch. And those issues continue today. No culture or community is immune. What I do find important in telling this story is the imprint these experiences had on my childhood. My love of nature and wild places was born from these early encounters. I learned the ancient act of extending personhood to all living things. I learned to honor and respect elders. I learned the importance of play. I learned to listen to stories, and I learned to worship the wild. When my mother, Alisa Norzagaray, was 11 years old, she was sent to care for her grandfather, mi bisabuelo, Too poor to support the family, he migrated al otro lado to the United States in search of work. My mother recalls bitterly how she was taken from her beloved ranch, her siblings, cousins, and mother, to live in a segregated worker camp in agricultural Arizona. Life in Camp 52 was nothing like the home my mother left behind. She had to start life over again. When my mother came of age, she married, and my brother and I were born in the camp. When I was 3, my parents, brother, and I moved to the U.S. borderlands, La Frontera. My new hometown, Yuma, Arizona, where I grew up, is one of the many heartlands and battlefields of the farm worker movement and the birthplace of Cesar Chavez. In my 16 years living in Yuma, I was never exposed to this history, Cesar Chavez or Dolores Huerta. It was not until many years later, here at PSU's Chicano Latino Studies program, that I learned about the role Chavez and Huerta played in the civil rights struggle to secure constitutional and legal rights to agricultural workers. Having spent all of my early years in monolingual Spanish-speaking communities in the US and in Mexico, I struggled in school. In my senior year, I failed English and was not able to walk in my high school's commencement ceremony. And my parents were really mad, but they were also crushed. I was desperate to follow the dream my parents had for me of going to college. I took a few correspondence courses and was admitted to Northern Arizona University. Once there, I found more challenges than support. There were no teachers who looked like me. None spoke my language. I was baffled by the complex systems. Often hungry, I was too poor to afford nutritious food. I continued to feel I didn't belong. Unable to navigate the final semesters while studying for a bachelor's degree, I dropped out. At the time, I did not know about impostor syndrome. There were no words to explain my experience or how school had failed me. It was 1992. I took 2 jobs on top of the full-time work I was already doing and started to send money back to my family in Mexico to help support them. Eventually, my search for trees and water and clean air brought me to Oregon, where I decided to try school one more time. When I first arrived to PSU, the Chicano Latino Studies program was new. The Multicultural Center was an unstaffed space with only a mural to define it. Las Mujeres de la Raza was a small student organization hosting its first ever luncheons and tostada sales in the park blocks. I'm wearing my stole from the year 2000, my Las Mujeres stole. And Mecha was organizing and educating. Notice, you'll see it in a second. Sorry. Staying connected to my Mexican roots and ethnic identity, I was able to persevere. My parents were finally able to witness me participate in my very first commencement ceremony. My mother and father jumped and cheered and waved frantically when they called my name in the Moda Center. It was powerful. And here I'm wearing my Mecha stole. Schools have a tendency to cut us up into little pieces. But it was the mentors who believed in me and my vision who put me on the stage today. They guided me when I made mistakes and gave me chances when others doubted my abilities. Always, the elders in my life kept me strong and accountable. My story is not unique. Those of us who know the margins share many of the same struggles, but at the end of the day, we are all more alike than different. Scholars, unfortunately, we're at a crossroads. Our times require an inspired, passionate sense of justice and deep reverence for the natural world. By normalizing the detention of children, we're only going further down the path of forsaking the rights of all children. It takes all types of leaders to create the kind of change we need for our times. I expect you, regardless of your experiences, to take bold steps and engage in radical actions to shake up the status quo. We can no longer afford business as usual. Challenge yourselves to, yes, thank you. Shake it up. Challenge yourselves to make things better. Move through the world without diminishing it. Our most urgent task is do no harm. We must disarm hate and cultivate kindness. It takes effort to see the world from a different perspective. It requires vision. I have witnessed you develop, and it gives me pride to share that if you'd like to see an example of what it is to be a change agent, you do not have to go far. Just look around this room. These people sitting next to you are the ones who will carry you through difficulty and encourage you when times are tough. Love and respect one another. Hold each other close and forgive. Stay kind and committed to justice. Teach. Spend one day of every month with an elder. Inspire the change you want to see in the world. Resist the narrative that you must wait your turn or fall in line. Do not be limited by other people's lack of imagination. So much of our lives are spent in the shadow of others. Tell stories, make art, mentor a child, develop friendships with your neighbors. There is so much you can do. The vision of a healthy, green, prospering world is not a fantasy. It is possible. It requires each one of us to dedicate ourselves unreasonably and with no guarantee of success to our unique form of service. It requires that we trust our knowing that a healed world, a just world, a more beautiful world is truly possible. We are facing profound challenges. We have inherited this earth, and all the living things here are now in need. When you leave here today, remember, be like Grandma. In Lak'ech, I am you, you are me. I honor the divine in you. Class of 2019, you are resilient. Congratulations on all you have accomplished. I look forward to working with you in solidarity.
Thank you, Cynthia, for your powerful words. And I like the pictures, too. I have one of those cookie tins at home filled with sewing stuff. It's in the basement, yeah. So it also says, I can ad-lib a little bit. So I wanted to do a shout out to PIA Center. It was amazing working there this year. And I just want to see show of hands, students that have been to the PIA Center. Thank you. I also want to do a shout out to the Pan-African Commons, PAC, the next door neighbor of PIA. It took many, many years of fighting really hard against the administration to get those centers open. So I want you to know, yeah, we did it. And I would really like if you all would come back and visit Manassa when it opens and tell them you were here when it got approved and what we had to go through to get that to happen. Because sometimes students show up and center's already open, they think, oh, it's always been here. And it's like, no, we had to fight. We had to fight. So I want to welcome Eunice back to the stage. She's going to introduce special guests that we have here tonight. But I also wanted to share a fun fact. Eunice and I both have been awarded the President's Diversity Award. I was awarded a number of years ago. Eunice just got her award a couple of weeks ago. So I just wanted to say thank you to her for working really hard to make this a much better campus for all of us.
Thank you.
Okay.
It never gets easy getting kudos for anything for the work that we do, but I am very grateful. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to introduce to you some of tonight's special guests. When I call your name, please stand if you're able to be recognized. The first person I would like to recognize is Dr. Roberto de Anda. If you could please stand. Assistant Professor in the Chicano Latino Studies program. Julie Caron. Karen. Interim Vice President and Title IX Coordinator, Dr. Shirley Jackson, Professor and Chair of Black Studies, Rachel Black Elk, Instructor in Indigenous Nation Studies, Christina Luther, Director of the Office of International Student and Scholar Services, Jill Townley, Associate Director of the International Student Life Team, Dr. Cece Ritter, Assistant Vice President of Student Access and Success, and Dr. Maurice Hamilton, Professor of Philosophy and Executive Director of University Studies. We would also wish to recognize somebody special that has helped put this amazing event on tonight and share it. I'm Stacy Taniguchi, where are you? Right there. She has been working with her colleagues for months to plan this important event for our community. Stacy, thank you so much for all the hard work you do. Like, this is truly something that's gonna be memorable for all these students for years to come. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We are all very grateful for what each of you bring to our work at Portland State. And now, folks, it is the time you have all been waiting for. Yes, that is worth a clap. Yes. The time when we recognize each of our graduates and their accomplishments. I ask that our platform party join me on the stage. Dr. Maurice Hamilton, Executive Director of University Studies and Professor of Philosophy, Dr. Cece Ritter, Assistant Vice President of Student Access and Success, and Shanice Clark, the Senior Program Coordinator for the Pan-African Commons. And reading the names of our graduates tonight, please welcome Talisman Saunders, Instructor for the Intensive English Language Program, and Marina Barcelo, the Student Inclusion Coordinator at the School of Social Work. Now, just one quick announcement, because I know I see all the parents and family in the back. I know y'all want to come forward and take that photo, put it on Instagram or Facebook, whatever you use. But we know this is an exciting moment for you and your graduate, but we do ask that you keep the aisles surrounding the black chairs, so these chairs in the front, clear to allow for graduates to safely line up to cross the stage. We appreciate your cooperation. So without further ado, let's begin the procession of our graduates.
She just wants me to read this first. Okie doke. Good evening. Will the first row of graduates please rise and step forward to receive your certificates?
So who's gonna... Okay. Or should I? Might be easier if you don't mind. Yes, thank you. And then I'll just collect the discards and just put them back there so all right. Dejane McLeod, Bachelor of Arts in Black Studies with a minor in Child and Family Studies. Anis Zaman. Nancy Yang, Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics, University Urban Honors College. Paloma Alma Ruedas, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, minor in International Studies. Helene Wynn, Bachelor of Science in Health Science, Community Health. Perlita Ansures Flores, Bachelor of Arts in Marketing and Advertising. Marwa Al-Khamis, Bachelor of Science, Management and Leadership and HR Management. Yuri Kashiwagi, Bachelor of Arts in Graphic Design. Yuen Chern Chung, Bachelor of Arts in Graphic Design. Reggie Wright, Bachelor of Liberal Arts and Sciences in Social Science. Red Hamilton, Bachelor of Science in Community Development. Veronica Evans, Bachelor of Science in Criminology and Criminal Justice, minor in Child, Youth, and Family Services. Brittany Fraley, Bachelor of Science in Women's Studies. Aliyah Abdul Qadir, Bachelor of Science in Health Science Studies. Imani Uder, Bachelor of Arts in Social Science. Vania Lucio Mancilla, Bachelor of Arts in Social Work. Marisol Altamirano, Bachelor of Arts in Community Health Education. Janeiri Reyes, Bachelor of Arts in Criminology and Criminal Justice, double minor in International Studies and Child, Youth, and Family Studies. Ayab Limo, Bachelor of Arts in International Development. Stephanie Izar, Bachelor of Science in General Science, Health Science. Maria Jimenez Valencia, Bachelor of Science in General Sciences and Health Sciences. Eduardo Robles, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Yusuf Sukun, Master's in Public Administration, Health Administration. Jewel Towns, Bachelor of Science in Community Health Education.
Liliana Lopez, Bachelor of Science in Health Studies, Health Science. Kayla Fontino, Bachelor of Science in Anthropology, minors in Geography and Sustainable Urban Development. Emily Carpenter Monroe, Bachelor of Science in Graphic Design. Michelle Marie Rocamora Belden, Bachelor of Science in Anthropology, minor in Writing. Bo Coring, Bachelor of Science in Art Practices. Mia Nako, Bachelor of Science in Environmental Studies. Deja Cachola, Bachelor of Arts, Social Work. Erica Wong. Bachelor of Science in Health Studies, Community Health Education, minor in Aging Services. Siri Visto. Bachelor of Science in Community Health Education, minor in Sexuality, Gender, and Queer Studies. Angelica Acosta, Master of Social Work. Yes, girl. Wendy Gonzalez Lazaro, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Spanish, Certificate in Chicano Latino Studies. Omar Ruiz, Bachelor of Arts in Social Work, Certificate in Chicano Latino Studies. Karina Calderon, Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice. Tanya Manzaneda, Bachelor of Science in Community Health Education. Alyssa Valles, Bachelor of Science in Health Studies, Community Health, and a minor in Business Administration. Yvette Sanchez Mexicano, Bachelor of Arts in Social Work, Certificate in Chicano Latino Studies. Carlos Hernandez Morfin, Bachelors of Science in Biology and Health Sciences. Eileen Saravia, Bachelor of Science in Health Studies, Health Sciences. Neil Enajran, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering. Ashwak Hussain, Bachelor of Arts in Public Health and minor in Community Development. Nawal Mursal, Bachelor of Science in Arts and Letters.
Tina Leung, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. Isabela Villarreal, Bachelor of Arts in Community Development. Ni Dao, Bachelor of Science in Accounting. Devin Yen Radke, Bachelor of Arts, English Literature. Tiffany Jimenez, Bachelor of Arts, double major in Criminology and Criminal Justice and Psychology. Eriko Iten, Bachelor of Science in Social Science. Vanessa Batulayan, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, minor in Special Education. Misha Andrews, Bachelor of Science in Biology, minor in Chemistry. Carlos Barajas Rodriguez, Bachelor of Arts in Business Marketing. Ezequiel Antonio Tomas, Bachelor of Arts in Social Science. Amelia Robles, Bachelor of Arts in Social Work. Maribel Legaria Cisneros, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, Certificate in Chicano Latino Studies. Ana Tellez Diaz, Bachelor of Arts in Social Work. Stephanie Avila Aguilar, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and Marketing. Wesley Guy, Bachelor of Arts in English. Hamza Sawab, Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry. Abu Bekr Mohammed Noor, Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, minor in Chemistry. Sierra Chung, Bachelor of Science, General Science. Nazra Adan, Bachelor of Science in Speech and Hearing Sciences. Sumaya Ali, Bachelor of Science in Community Health Education, minor in Psychology. Nagele Wodeso, Bachelor of Arts in International Development, Certificate in African Studies. Manchi Patel, Bachelor of Science in Biology. Melanie Maldonado, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, International and Global Studies, Certificate in Global Studies. Jordan Lee, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Jamie Wynn, Bachelor of Science in Marketing, Athletic, and Outdoor Industry.
Noreen Khan, Bachelor of Science in Marketing with International Business, minor in Economics, Certificate in Global Studies. Nam Le, Bachelor of Business in Administrating Marketing. Joanne Landa, Bachelor of Arts in Finance. Lindsay Romo, Bachelor of Arts in Social Work. Karen Torres Olguin, Bachelor of Arts in Community Development. Kimberly Gonzalez, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration Marketing, Bachelor of Arts in Spanish, Certificate in Chicano Latino Studies. Katie Mena, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, Liberal Studies, Spanish. Michelle Velasquez, Bachelor of Arts in Spanish, minor in Community Health Studies. Mauricio Gomez Camacho, Bachelor of Science in Health Studies, Health Studies. J. Daniel Lopez Paz, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Honors College. Alexis Fernando Alarcón Barreto, Bachelor of Arts in Marketing, Advertising, Management, minor in Film Studies. Valeria Vasquez Trejo, Bachelors of Science, Biology, and Health Studies. Kashara Bandara, Bachelor of Science in Biology, minor in Chemistry. Yesenia Orozco Ruelas, Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Nathan Rigsby, Bachelor of Science, Geography and Indigenous Nation Studies. Rebecca Smith, Bachelor of Science in Native American Studies, minor in Women's Studies. Alicia Nahoku, Bachelor of Science in Indigenous Nations, Native American Studies, and Social Science. Ray Barnes, Bachelor of Arts, Japanese.
Karima Hernandez Marufo, Bachelor of Science in Social Work. Jessica Janeth Hernandez Lomeli, Bachelor of Science in Social Work. Urani Medina, Bachelor of Science in Social Work. Alicia Ram, Bachelor of Science in Social Work. Taylor Murahashi, Bachelor of Science in Social Work. Mustafa Al-Muzel, Master of Science in Engineering Technology Management. Abdul Karim Al-Urej, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, Management and Leadership, minor in Economics. Flor Maleni Franco Portillo, Bachelor of Science in Accounting. Masuma Jafari, Master of Public Health in Health Management and Policy. Wei Ting Duan, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Hung Ri Ju, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Maria Teresa de la Rosa de Son, Bachelor of Science, Health Studies, Community Health Concentration. Desiree Collins, Bachelors of Science in Psychology and Social Science, Urban Honors College. Christy Tokito, Bachelor of Science in Advertising Management. Karina Lopez Mendoza, Bachelor of Science in Health Science, Health Studies, Pre-Nursing. Julieta Castro, Women's Studies, BA, Urban Honors College, Latinx Studies minor. Halisa Gonzalez, Bachelor of Science in Sociology. Rihanna Dato, Bachelor of Science in Sociology and a minor in Black Studies. Mason Mimi Yadira, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Creative Writing, minor in Child, Youth, and Family Studies. Olivia Pace, Bachelor of Arts in Child and Family Studies, minor in Black Studies. Disarm PSU. Ali Al-Ghafli, Masters of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Mohammed Al-Ghafli, Master of Science in Engineering Technology Management, Certificate in Project Management and Strategic Management. Ahmed El-Tali, Master of Arts in Conflict Resolution and Peace Studies. Christina O'Rear, Bachelor of Arts in Spanish. Madison Powell, Bachelor of Science, double major in Social Science and Psychology, minor in Communication Studies. Benjamin Pocheron, Bachelor of Science in Marketing, Certificate in International Business. Marian Nasser, Bachelor of Arts in Supply and Logistics Management Marketing. Amber Lynn, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, Marketing and Advertising Management. Anur Abdullah, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, Finance, and a minor in Economics.
Fantini Hernandez, Bachelor of Arts in Business Management and Leadership and Human Resources, minor in Arabic Language, Certificate in International Business, Certificate in Global Studies, and Certificate in Middle East Studies. Marbeli Mayrani Medel Diaz, Bachelor of Science in Urban and Public Affairs, minor in Chicano Latino Studies. Alkamel Fakri, Bachelor of Arts, International Studies and Global Development. Musa Kone, Bachelor of Arts in Finance. Morlai Sawane, Bachelor of Arts in Criminology and Criminal Justice. Meklit Yurdaw, Bachelor of Arts in Business Management and Leadership. Mohammed Fakri, Bachelor of Science in Architecture, minor in Child, Youth, and Family Studies. Markel Louis Jaya, Bachelor of Science in Architecture. Hannah Fransman, Bachelor of Arts in Architecture, minor in Sustainability.
Congratulations, graduates. Give yourself a hand. It's going to take a little while to sink in, but this is a huge, huge achievement. And we're really proud of you. So now it's my pleasure to introduce Nylamp Adenake, who Nylamp will be sharing the PSU Alumni Pledge with you tonight. Nylamp is originally from Lima, Peru. In 2011, at the age of 14, he met a family from Portland who helped him raise enough funds to come to the US as an exchange student during his sophomore year in Cleveland High School. My son just graduated from Cleveland High School last week. After going back to Peru for 2 years, he returned to Portland to continue his studies at Portland Community College. He earned his associate's degree and transferred to Portland State University, where he graduated in 2018. Congratulations. With two majors, one in human resources and the other one in management and leadership. He worked for the Cultural Resource Centers for 2 years as the PR and marketing assistant, as well as a student ambassador for the Office of Admissions. He is currently the telecounselor coordinator at the Office of Admissions. Now please join me in welcoming Nylamp Adenake.
Hello, everyone. It's okay, I found myself. Good evening, graduates. I was in your position a year ago, so I'm very excited and happy for you. I am honored to be a part of your special day, the day you celebrate a great achievement. On behalf of the PSU Alumni Association Board, please accept our congratulations. Graduates, if you are able, please stand and repeat this honor pledge after me. Ready? I pledge to maintain the highest standards of honesty, integrity, and personal responsibility. That was kind of long, huh? Okay. In my academic, professional, and personal pursuits. I pledge to be committed to creating an environment of respect and mutual trust. to apply ethical principles when making social and environmental decisions that may impact my family, my community, and the world around me, now and in the future. I pledge that I will live up to the trust placed in me. I got lost. Give me 1 second. By my family, friends, and colleagues. And work diligently to promote the welfare of our community. I pledge to honor and respect my own cultural traditions as well as those of others. I pledge to never lose sight of my goals and dreams, and will work to achieve them, regardless of the obstacles I may encounter. I pledge to always remember, now say it like you mean it, that I'm bold, I'm amazing, I am confident, and I am strong. Thank you. You may be seated. Graduates, you are all members of the PSU Alumni Association. We wish you all great success and happiness. Please remember that we are a resource for you as you go and you pursue your goals and dreams. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Thank you, Nylam, for sending our graduates off on such a great note. So, I'm sure that you're all ready to reunite with your loved ones and celebrate this momentous occasion. A couple of quick announcements first, though, as we wrap up the ceremony. First, graduates, you are invited to pick up your personalized certificates in room 323, which is down the hall, at the conclusion of this ceremony. Then, please join everyone for a dessert reception in room 329. You're also welcome to return to the ballroom here to mingle, take photos, enjoy your treats, and continue celebrating. Okay?
One more. Thank you, family and friends, faculty and staff, and our many volunteers for offering your encouragement and support to our graduates tonight. I want to give you all a clap because you're a big part of this. And I know I said this previously, but I actually really mean it this time. This is the moment y'all have been waiting for. And so be ready to express it, go crazy, whatever you want to do. But I present to you the Multicultural Graduation Class of 2019.